Principle 36. Ending the battle. The world is a mirror that reflects your relationship to it. When you are unhappy with the world, it turns away from you. When you battle with the world, it battles with you too. When you stop battling, the world meets you halfway. If you simply give yourself permission to have what you envision, outer intention will find a way of giving it to you. Then, one fine day, something will happen that others will call a miracle. Are you desperate to achieve your goal? If so, stop wanting and receive it anyway. Just think about taking what is yours and taking it quietly, without insisting or making demands in the manner of, "So I want this. So what? I shall have it." Interpretation. Pendulums impose a totally different kind of script. They force you to fight to achieve your goal, as if the only means of reaching your goal is to declare war on yourself and the rest of the world. They constantly bombard you with the idea that because you are less than perfect, you will never achieve your goal unless you change who you really are. Once you have changed yourself, then you have to join the battle for your place under the sun. This script pursues one goal only: to drain your energy and drive you into a cell in the matrix. By fighting with yourself, you give your energy away to the matrix. By battling with the world, you do exactly the same thing. No one can force you to fight, but you will not have any other option if you are filled with inner and outer importance. If you don't feel able to give yourself permission to take and have right now, you can put it off until later. However, putting it off until later leaves you feeling that every moment of your life is just the preparation for some better future. People are always dissatisfied with the present and console themselves with the hope that improvements are on the cards. With this kind of attitude, the future will never come. It will always be hovering somewhere just ahead of you, like trying to catch up with the setting sun. Give yourself permission to have right here and now. Principle 37. Coordinating intention. If you intend to look at events that seem negative in a positive light, then that is exactly what they will be. Remember, however bad things are now, a lovely surprise will come your way on the condition that you maintain coordination in the present moment. When faced with any test in life, tell yourself this: if it works out, great. If it doesn't, even better. You know that your world takes care of you, and so if something has not worked out, it means that you have avoided other problems you cannot yet see. With this light-hearted mood, you can calmly go on a date with the destiny you are creating for yourself. From this moment onwards, whatever happens, remember, everything will be just as it should be. Interpretation. A person's life is made up of a chain of cause and effect relationships, just like any other movement of matter. In the variance space, the effect is always located close to its cause. Just as one is derived from the other, so nearby sectors of the variance space come together in a lifeline. Every event on a lifeline has two branches, one leading in a favorable direction and the other in an unfavorable direction. Every time you face any kind of event in your life, you choose how to respond. If you think of the event as something positive, then you step onto the favorable branch of your lifeline. However, the tendency towards negativity forces you to express your discontent and choose the unfavorable branch. As soon as something makes you angry, another unpleasant situation follows. That is why troubles always come in threes. The chain of bad luck, however, does not follow on from the first misfortune that occurred. It follows on from your relationship to that event. The pattern is created by the choice you make when you stand at the fork in the road. The coordination of intention principle equips you always to take the fortunate lifeline. Principle 38. My world cares. Make this a firm affirmation. My world takes care of me. Whatever circumstances you encounter, even the most mundane, keep repeating this affirmation to yourself. Whatever happens, good or bad. If you meet with a stroke of luck, do not forget to affirm that the world really is looking after you. State this affirmation in connection with every small detail. When you find circumstances disheartening, still affirm that everything is turning out as it should. Your world knows how to look after you much better than you do. How you look in the mirror is how things will be. Interpretation. Adding gold to the mirror's reflective amalgam, as the Venetian masters used to do, makes everything in the reflection acquire warmer shades. Because the world is a mirror, you can tune it in the same way by creating your own amalgam. For example, you could choose, my world takes care of me, as the dominant idea. Take it to be an axiom. Deliberately adjust your perception of the world to align with the dominant idea, and then you will see how the mirror responds. Despite its simplicity, the amalgam technique is much more powerful than you might expect. If you have the patience to make this technique a habit, after some time, you will be literally amazed at how much real influence your thoughts are having on your environment. Principle 39. Against the flow. Try to observe, at least for one day, how your mind paddles against the current. Someone offers you something, and you turn it down. People try to tell you something, but you dismiss it. Someone expresses their opinion, and you argue with them. Someone is trying to do something in their own way, but you direct them onto the true path. Someone offers you a solution, but you object. You expect one thing, but you get another, and then express your discontent. Someone gets in your way, and you are enraged. Something runs counter to your script, and you launch a direct attack to get the flow back on track. Change your tactic. Shift the center of gravity from control to observation. There is no point in thrashing your hands about in the water. Get out of your life's way. Let it go with the flow, and you will be relieved to see just how much easier everything is. Interpretation. The human mind works like a computer. It tries to calculate all its future moves and draw up a plan of action. The mind rarely manages to find the optimal approach to a situation, since the task involves too many unknowns, in addition to which, the situation is constantly changing as you go along. Yet still, it stubbornly insists on its own script. In other words, rows against the current. As a result, a huge amount of energy is wasted, and the number of challenges and obstacles increases. The mind tries to control the flow itself, rather than how it moves with the flow. This is one of the main causes of the problems and issues people find themselves having to deal with. Rather than trying to be in control, try to observe more. Don't be too quick to dismiss, object, argue, insist, intervene, manage, and criticize. Give the situation a chance to resolve itself before you actively intervene or resist. Let go of having to be in control, and you will end up having more control over a situation than you had before. The only things worth controlling are your levels of inner and outer importance. Principle 40. With the variance flow. Try to keep in balance with the outside world and trust the unfolding of the variance flow. Let go. Stop being the participant. Become the objective observer. Make it a rule that you always do things in the simplest way possible. When you have to solve a problem, ask yourself, what is the simplest way of doing this? If something does not go according to plan, let your grip go and accept the matter of an unforeseen alteration to your script. If someone offers you something, don't be too quick to refuse. If someone gives you a piece of advice, try mulling it over. When you hear a different opinion, don't be in too much of a hurry to enter into debate. If you think someone is going about something in the wrong way, let them. People take their own initiative. Allow them to realize their intentions. The variance flow is a sumptuous gift for the mind. Interpretation. The mind is always busy developing its plan of further action. The mind is certain that it will weigh up everything and find the best possible way forward. Yet, a plan already exists in the variance space. The information structure is arranged in a chain of cause and effect relationships. These relationships generate the variance flow, which arranges events simply and effectively. People are used to having to overcome obstacles and row against the current. Searching for complex solutions to simple problems becomes a habit. Nature does the opposite, always following the path of least resistance, wasting no energy. For example, why does it often happen that after searching the entire region for a particular item, you eventually find it right under your very nose? If you stay away from trouble and stop pushing against the variance flow, the solution will come of its own accord. And what is more, it will be the ideal solution.